we learn a new thing called group by. It is very important, group by. Now, you might be wondering, what do you mean by group by and why we have group by? Now, before we learn about group by, we'll just quickly revise about something called select. Okay, you have things like select star, select column name from table, and so on. Now, as you all know, when you use your select query, you will be getting all the rows which satisfy a particular condition. You can even use the where select star from table name or select star from table name where age less than 30. You can do it either simply, or you can use a where clause, or sometimes you will be even using a distinct, you might be even using order by. Anyway, you will be getting multiple rows which satisfy a particular condition. Now, above this, you do have something called group by. Now, what group by does is, group by helps you in summarization. It will give you a summary of a few rows, or in other words, I can say data is grouped and given as a summary. This is what exactly the group by does. It is grouped. Is it simply grouped? No. Based on some field. Okay. Based on some field, it is grouped, and the result is given as a summary. That is why you say group by, it gives you a summarization. So I'll go once again. Group by, it gives you a summarization of your data where the data is grouped and the result, it is given as a summary. Now let's see how you write the syntax of a group by query. Select, okay, you can have column names, okay, select column names from table name, you will have a where condition, okay, group by column name. I'll just write the whole thing and then order by column name having column name. Okay, so this is the complete syntax of group by. Select column name. Okay, this much is very clear for you. Select column names from table name where condition. Now, this is optional. This is also optional. If you want to sort it, you will write order by name. Having, we will learn it later. So for the time being, we'll just restrict ourselves to this much. Select column names from table name where condition is also optional. So, we'll just see the very simple thing. Select column names from table name, group by column name. Okay, so I'll just have the whole thing once again. So this is the complete syntax of group by. Select column names from table name where a condition, group by column name, order by column name, having column name, out of which we'll start doing simple things. Okay, we'll just start learning this. Select column names from table name, group by column name. Now, let's have a simple question. Write down a question. Find the number of students who are of a particular age. Number of students who are in a particular age group. Number of students who are in a particular age group. Okay, so I'll take my table. I'll do a select star from FTU details. Okay, look here. You just have two ages. You have an age called 22. There are two people in 22. And then you have another age called 23. So very simple. I want how many people are there of the age 22 and how many people are there in the age 23, which means very simple. You need to group them. Okay, you need to put them in two different rooms. Okay, you can think of group by in a concept called rooms. Okay, so what do? The 22 age people, you put them in one room. The 23 age people, you put them in another room. So whenever you want to find out result by putting things in different rooms, you will be using the group by. Okay, so that is the best way how you can envision. So in this particular query, if you want to find the number, you have two rooms. Okay, in one room you put the 22 age people, and the second room you're going to put the 23 age people. And then you go to room number 1, take the total count of people, go to room number 2, take the total count of people. That's it. Okay, now to do this rooming, you will be using the group by. So let's simply write a query for that. So for writing the query, I'll take my syntax down. Okay, now based upon my syntax, I will write my query. Okay, I just want the age. Okay, select age from student details. Okay, group by. I'm going to do a grouping based upon age. Very simple. Okay, I am going to do a grouping based upon the age. So let's see the result. We'll start very simple and then we'll go into more things. Okay, I'll just copy things from here. I'll put it over here. Okay, so select age from STU details, group by age. I just have two groups. One is the group called 22 and one is the group called 23. Okay, now continue the question. How many students are there in each age group? How many students are there in each age group? Okay, to find the count, you have a very simple thing called count. Okay, this group by all your aggregate functions will work. Aggregate functions. Hope you remember what are your aggregate functions. I'll just quickly revise them. Okay, you have things like count, you have min, you have max, you have average, you have sum. Okay, so these are your various aggregate functions. So you can have count of age, max of age, min of age, and whatever. So let's see, in each age group, how many students do you have? I'll copy from here. I'll put it over here. Okay, look here. 22, I do have 2 people, and 23, I do have 3 people. Count age. Okay, I'll just do a bit more as NO. Okay, I'm just changing the column name. Okay, instead of count age, I just renamed it as NO. Okay, now look here. Imagine I did age thing. I want based upon the CID. Look here, there are groups over here. First thing what you have to do is to work on the group by, you should be thinking, Are there groups? Okay, can you put them in two rooms? Okay, let's see. 58 people, you can put it in a room. 78 people, you can put it in another room. 55, you can put it in another room. So, count of CID, comma, CID, group by no longer age. Okay. Now, one thing you need to be very careful when you do your group by is, let's run this query. Let us run this query and see what is the result. Okay. You will get something called not a group by expression, which means, look here very carefully. You are telling them do things based on CID, but group them on the respect of age, which sounds insensible. If you are finding out CID stuff, your grouping should also be based upon the CID stuff. Okay. So now my query looks better. I'll copy it. This is a usual error which comes up when you do your group by, not a group by expression. It comes, when this third line and the first line are not matching. Okay, I'll just copy it again. Okay. 78, I have two people. 55, I've got a person. And 58, I've got two people. So I have a question. Find the number of students of a particular. Find the number of students who are in a particular CID. Who are in a particular CID. Okay. So group by CID means, when you do group by CID, you will get three groups. Now my question is, in a particular CID, let's say 78 or 55 or 58, or let's say greater than 60. Now when you have such a condition, you will be using the where query. Very simple. First, make it into groups. So the earlier question where CID is greater than 60. One thing you need to remember is when you're using the where, you should be using it before your group. You even have having, which we will learn later. If you're using where, see that you use it before your group by. We'll do another question. Find the CIDs of all the female student. Find the CIDs, CID groups, of course, of all the female students. Okay. So count CID from STU details where gender is equal to, I hope it is a capital F. Yeah, it should be group by CID. Okay. So let's see our data. Select star from STU underscore details. Okay, so let's check. 78. How many females do you have? 78, you have two people. 78, you have two people. You have two people, 78. But I've given a condition where gender equal to F. A female 78, you only have one. Okay. 58. Let's check 58. 58, how many do you have? Okay, 58, you have two, and both are female. So, I've got my correct answer. The count in each CID for the females. First filtering happened with respect to females, and then you are grouping them with respect to your CID. We are back in our original syntax. Okay. Select column names from table name, where condition, group by column name. So we have done till here. We are done till here. As I told you, if you're using the where query, see that you use it above your group by. If you do it after your group by, you will have a problem. Now, if you want to order it, you simply give order by column name. Now we'll go on to a new thing called having clause. Okay. Now this having, it is usually used together with group by. It is used together with group by. Now, why you are using the having is in case you want to work on your aggregate functions. Okay, imagine you are using the group by and you want to use your aggregate functions. Hope you remember your aggregate functions. These are your aggregate functions. Count, min, max, sum and all that. Okay. If you want to use any of your aggregate functions, you should be using the having clause. You're working on the group by and you need to use any of your aggregate functions, you should be using the having. Your normal where will not work. Your normal where will work if you put it before the group by. And this is not an aggregate. You're simply doing gender is equal to F, or we did age is equal to 24 or whatever. But imagine you want to do something like, okay, let's say here if you want to have age is equal to 23, this will work. Okay, but if you want to do something like count of age equal to 2, this will not work. Where will not work. Okay, you will have to use having. Okay, so let's see an example. So have down a question. Find the CID. Find the CID and count CID. Where count where the number of CIDs is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, so I'll take so this is what I want. Look into my CID. I do have 58, a person, a group which has only 1, 55, a group which has 2, 58, and also another group which has 58. Now what I want is the groups which have 2 members. The groups which have 2 members, that is that 58 group and the 78 group. That is the only thing which I want to be displayed. The groups, okay? The groups which have 2 members or more. So select, it's the same old query. Select count of CID and CID from student details. Group by CID. Okay, so first let's see the difference between both the queries. I'll copy this. I'll paste it over here. Okay, look here. You have 3 groups over here. I have not used the having clause. Without using the having clause, what I did is I made different rooms. And each thing I put in a room. 55 I put in one room. 58 I put in the second room. 58 also I put in the second room. 78 I put it in the third room. And 78 again I put it in the third room. So I've got 3 rooms in total. One room, second room, third room. And then 78 room I've got 2 people. 55 room I've got 1 person. 58 room I've got 2 people. Now my question is, I just want this, where the count is greater than or equal to 2, which means I've got to work on my aggregates. I have to work on my aggregates, which means my where query will not work anymore. The where query will not work. So I'll have to write having. Having. So what was my condition? The count. Count of what? CID is greater than 2. Okay. So I'll copy my query. I'll paste it over here. Okay, just a minute. This will not work. Greater than 2 will not work. I'll put greater than or equal to 2 because, I don't have groups which have more than 2. So I've changed it into greater than or equal to 2. Okay, look here. This one room is gone because I gave a condition count of CID greater than or equal to 2. I made it into groups and then a particular condition where count is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, let's do sum of ages. Okay, count of, okay, so which means you're going to group with respect to age. As you all know, because you're grouping with respect to age, you should be even doing your selecting with respect to age. And let's say I say sum of age. Okay, so first what we can do is, let's see what the answer will be here. I'll copy this. I'll paste it over here. Okay, look here. I'll do one thing so that you get it more understandable. Count and sum. Count of age, comma, sum of age. Okay, look here. Forget about the second row, second column. Look into the first column. I've got 2 people who are of age 22, which means, 2 into 22 is 44. Sum of the ages. Okay, I've got 3 people, each of 23 each. 23 threes are 69. Hope all the columns are clear for you. Okay, now let's come back to our question. Group by age, having sum of, okay, so have the question whether sum of age is greater than 50. Whether sum of age is greater than 50. Sum of age, it is an aggregate function, which means you have to use your having. Sum of age greater than, let's say, 50. Copy. Not getting copied. Okay. Only 69. Okay, because only this satisfied. I made it into a group. But I'm giving a condition, sum of ages greater than 50, which means you have to be using your having. So this is what you mean by group by having. The combination you say group by having. Group by having clause in SQL. Okay, my original syntax, select column names from table name, where the condition, group by column name, order by column name, having column name. We'll even, order by column name. Okay. Okay, we will do the order by group by age, order by age, descending order. I'll just copy this query. So what we were planning to do is sort with respect to age in the descending order. I'll just copy this. I'll go to my SQL. I'll paste it. Okay. The same thing. It came in the descending order. So these are the various ways in which you can do things. Okay. When you want to do grouping.